Head on down to Archibald and Woodrow, some of the best barbecue in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, y'all. Right off of 4125 Greensboro Avenue, Tuscaloosa, Alabama 35405. You can hit them up at 205-331-4858. Also, you can find them at their other location, 1211 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Northport, Alabama 35476, 205-345-6861.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama.
Can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth. Hey, can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth. Rock on. This is the sound booth. Yes, we all around you in the land of titles where we known the rock hounds tooth and the talent surrounds you. I know it confounds you that these country bumpkin folks can straight up astound you. This is the place where we speak our mind and smoke in my lungs. And I die if I hold in, I can't hold my tongue. I'm bringing all I got, I ain't holding nothing back. That's why I'm the goat at this when it come to making tracks, making bangers in the factory without even trying. And my city reveres me, so tell me where I'm lying. If it's Peasy endorsed in this platinum, of course, been dominating the charts and B.O.T.S reports. Now paving the way for my sound booth fam. Cause yes, they the best, cause they rockin' with Sam. And yes, they the best, cause they rockin' with us. And I don't endorse no other station, so I guess you out of luck. Can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth, huh? Can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth, come on. Now let me get a sound check, 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth, yeah. Hey, can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth, rock on. Come on, I said the news tunes dropping, ain't no stopping. This show's hot topics, got the whole city watching. The west side rocking, south side rocking. 6ix9ine shook the state, you ain't just watch it blow up. You think your internet small, that just tell me that you don't know much at all. But it's small thing to a giant, the sound booth name. Reaching out to everybody, that's the sound booth claim. And all your local artists need to check this here. They playing you for free, can't get that nowhere. Now, big your fan base, stop saying you hot. Let the people decide exactly what you got. If it's hot non-stop, they playing for your peers. I should know, they been rocking with Sam Pieces for years. This is the sound booth. They been rocking with me for years. Yo, can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my people in the sound booth. Can I get a sound check? 1, 2. Then my people in the sound booth. Yeah, can I get a sound check? 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth. Let me get a sound check. 1, 2. For my folk up in the sound booth. Rock on.
Sound Booth Radio 106.1 right here on Sound Booth ENT. Live on Live 365. Yours truly, Big Mike, talking to you. This is Battle of the Sexes. Do it every Sunday, 8 p.m. Getting started just a little bit late tonight, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. It has been one of them days where we basically had to spring forward. Yes, what was last night? And
did this shit sneak up on you like it snuck up on me?
It did. It absolutely did.
I didn't know it was daylight saving time till 3 o'clock this evening.
And that's why we run so far behind, because we've been operating a whole hour all day because ain't nobody changed the clock or nothing. Your cell phones usually they do it on their own. Talking about their phone, so like, dang, what didn't happen? So, but we're sitting here, we're doing about a little thing. On the boss counter tonight with boss lady of Sound Booth Radio, Lady T. Also, we have Stan G, the Devil's Advocate. Yeah.
All day today.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna go ahead and put something on for people join in and just see what we're looking for. Also, before we start into it, I want to make sure that everybody remember that on April 6th, 2022, say the date 2020, 20XX, we start posting on go to save the date, xx.com. Save, save the date 20X on Facebook, and we'd like to get up. So y'all support. Now, we're gonna go ahead on and see what we can do. I got a little feedback going on. Saying it's okay.
Say it again.
Okay, I had a little feedback. I think we can. Now I put up a question. We actually kind of started from last week on Texas. Say again, Stan.
Oh no, my shit was cutting off. Go ahead.
Okay, we talked about a little bit last week on how the Simpsons is. Trying to get a little more in depth with it. Basically, I have noticed, and it's just me. I've noticed that when we start talking about raising kids, there's a difference between how men raise kids, how women raise kids. Preferably, if you have a little boy, most women tend boys a whole lot more than they do their little girl. And to me, I think that fathers tend to baby their little girl a whole lot more and a whole lot longer than they do their little boy. So we want to delve a little deeper into it. And also, I wanted to see if maybe that was just my observation. Perhaps other folks have different observations. So, I'm going to turn it over to Lady T because I'm interested in knowing what she thinks about that.
Talk about that more so.
I think that that's a different. I mean, that's one thing that you have to look at also, whether or not there's a older, middle, and younger sibling, and then there's also um, whether or not you only child. Because I think that we have right here on the panel right now, we have a mixture of all of it. There was two of you, Stan G. There was only one of him. He didn't have any siblings, biological, I should say. And then there's me who had several siblings. And so now you have to look at the different complexities of everything. But now the first part, we just want to get into that part where you know what I'm saying, how do you think well, first of all, how do you think you have been treated with your father as opposed to with your mother?
Well, with me, stepdad, I don't know. I mean, maybe if he had a son, versus a daughter and a stepdaughter, maybe he would have uh, treated the boy differently because that would have been his only son. So, yeah, I can see where he probably would have, you know, the boy probably would have got his way maybe a lot more than me and my sister did. And yeah, that would have been a whole different dynamic because my sister, she's the baby, and yeah, she was 4. So I can imagine if he had my mother and him had another child after her that was a boy, then yeah, that would have changed that whole dynamic completely.
But okay, but do you think that if she had a son, and then of course your sister still being a baby, he'd be more geared to still doing things for daddy's little girl as opposed to well, this is my boy, you know what I'm saying? Like there's things that guys gonna be able to do with their sons that they're not gonna do with their daughters. You know, you're not gonna roughhouse with your daughters. You know what I'm saying? They not you just never were brought up that that's how you do that with your daughter. So, do you think that it would have been anything different to that aspect? Like, daddy, I sure would like this, and daddy go out and get that for them. But with everybody else, it's like you might just want it, you ain't gonna finna get it. The type of scenario, because that's pretty much how it was. I would like to say, well, with a lot of young men and they fathers, like they fathers, if it's sports related or any type of manual labor or something like that, they there to show their kids their sons how to do the stuff. But as far as like spoiling them and getting them stuff, they actually show them a lot more hard what do you call it tough love than they would someone who than their daughters, I would say. But that's just me and Lady T talk. I got to ask you, Stan G, or Devil's Advocate. What do you think about that? As you are only child.
And Lord knows I am thankful for that. I couldn't have stood having competition. What? Not me. Not I. I wouldn't have did well with that at all.
You kind of went in and out on that. Say that one more time.
I said I'm so glad I am an only child because I couldn't have dealt with that. I couldn't have dealt with that at all.
You couldn't have dealt with having a sibling.
The competition, hell yeah.
But now, technically, they say that you're not supposed to be in any competition with your siblings, and you know the politically correct thing is they love you the same and everything. I guess I'm gonna ask you this, and I would like to know what everybody thinks. And I see that Mr. Sanders just joined us, So, hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Do
Good.
you
What up, everybody?
parents have a favorite child?
Do I think they do?
And I'm asking this for everybody.
Yes, I think so.
Lady T.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe in some families they do. Because technically you can't treat every child the same because every child is different.
Mm-hmm.
Different personalities, and just because they're different, you can't treat every child the same. But I would like to think that parents love all of their kids the same.
Not saying that they don't love them, but they gotta have just like you got a best friend, you got some people that you like a little bit more than you like other folks. Our parents are human too, so they got to like a child a little bit better than they like the other child or some of the other kids for whatever reason. Hey, it might be they mini me or something like that.
I can't stand all mine equally. All
No,
mine get on my
Sydney is
nerves
your
equally.
favorite. Sydney is your favorite. We all know that.
Always fly Sydney can get whatever she
Yeah, Sydney is your
All of them
favorite.
can.
We already know.
That's why I
Sorry,
like them.
boys.
Yeah, but Sydney had to
Mm,
Sydney get less resistant than the other two.
Yeah, because she gonna take care of me when I get old.
you don't know that. Her husband
Yeah,
might say,
you know what I'm
"No,
saying?
we ain't."
No, I don't. No, I don't mean physically take care of me, but I mean she's gonna be the executor of my will, and she gonna be my power of attorney. Cause them boys just foolish.
Uh-huh.
They
You
will
said it,
always be foolish.
but then when you sit around there and they got to wipe that push off your chin, uh, the applesauce or whatever, yeah, and Sydney is this high business executive somewhere, and she ain't got time. But then you got a blue collar worker in one of your boys or something like that who make time for you. You
No,
know,
no, 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 no. See, I'm not requiring all that mushy shit. You put me in Arizona where it's warm majority of the year, and send me in one of them old folks home, and just send me a pack of rubbers here month.
You are retarded, but everybody already knows that.
Come visit me when you want to. I love y'all. I holler. Just make sure my money don't run out.
oh shoot, no, because well, first, you go in the nursing home, they're getting that. So um, and everything they ain't getting, the kids gonna have.
I know what
I,
I'm saying. And that's why Sydney is gonna be the executor of it, so she can make sure I don't go broke.
like I said, what made you think that you're going to see any of it?
I don't need to see any of it. I just need to make sure I maintain my lifestyle while I'm in the old home.
They're gonna make sure you get extra absorbent depends.
And as long as I get the new J's every month, I don't care.
Oh, you ain't gonna get no.
They're glad they're gonna be getting it in.
You gonna get some orthopedic shoes.
I'm not gonna be an invalid, Mike. I'm still gonna be able and active. You don't remember what was it, Soul Brothers with Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac? That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be an up mind, sound mind, and body.
Well, you
But
can stay by yourself then. You don't need no nursing home or assisted living.
now just somebody. I just need to be around people to keep me company. You know what
Well,
I'm
you
saying?
can go out and do
We'll
that.
send you to go. We'll send you to
Go
go.
volunteer or go do something.
But see, you talking about some work. I'm
That
gonna be
ain't work.
retired. I'm gonna be retired. Who the hell wants to go volunteer?
Oh my God. Whatever.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna work 30 years of my life and then go work somewhere for free for somebody. Why? Out of the goodness of my heart?
yes.
Shit.
You
Relax.
go to
I'm gonna be
Walmart.
chilling in Arizona with a mimosa on Sunday mornings. That's what I'm gonna be doing. That's the work I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be
Well, why don't
tipping.
you go to Florida? It's always nice in Florida.
You know, I don't know now. Them rednecks down in Florida don't play.
I was just talking about the weather.
But
You
yeah, but
probably
you
don't
got to
even
the
need air
people.
conditioning.
You talking about the people too.
It's red next
Mm.
to Arizona. Believe you me.
That's fine, but it's more Mexicans than rednecks. And I holler at Mamacita. I'll pay little Juanita college bill. I sure
No, you
will.
didn't say little Juanita.
Yeah, little Guadalupe.
Help them, Lord.
Okay.
To get
Okay. Well,
over.
Mr. Sander, what do you think? As far as like we were talking about, because you got brothers and sisters. So, do you think that the men maybe treated the daughters a little bit better, and the mothers treated the sons a little bit better, or how do you see that? Or spoil them, and instead not treating them better, but just kind of spoil them.
Right. Yeah, I would. Well, I don't know, because I would say I don't know. That's a good question. I think the men are harder on the guys or boys because they're trying to raise them to be men or whatever. And so they're less hard on the girls. But the women are hard on the girls because they're trying to raise them to be independent women.
That's an interesting way of looking at that because I think that that's exactly how it is, truthfully. Um, and I don't think that we see that stuff when we little. You just know that if you're a young, like with me personally, I would see how my dad would treat my sister, and I'd be like, man, he let her get away with blood and murder, man. I mess up, boy. Them jokers all over me. Um, if you do anything, and truthfully, and Stan and myself were talking about this, I think last week, when you're a little boy, and let's say you hang around your mama too much, and you pick up some of her mannerisms, such as snapping your neck and all this, and doing this stuff like this for no reason at all. Your pops or even your uncle is liable to walk up to you and jab you in the chest. Like that's the kind of stuff that we got when we were little. And your mom be like, "Stop hitting him. He ain't did nothing," And your dad, no, he gonna stop popping his neck like that. What I'm saying? I know I have done it to a little cousin of mine. I thought I killed him one time, hitting him in the chest so much, but it was the truth. That it's not abuse. It was trying to toughen them up a little bit. Um, I want to say that Stan has done it to his boys.
Yeah, like I can't stand a little boy. I cannot stand a little boy that roll his eyes. I can't stand that shit. I would try to knock them shit out your fucking face. I can't stand it. Rolling their eyes in their neck or that a little boy. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'm gonna take your lips off and everything off your whole face. You just gonna walk around and be blank. Your name gonna be
You
blank.
stupid. Stan, you are silly. I don't want to know why y'all gotta hit them. What you think they're gonna do?
It toughens them up.
If you got a
No,
dog
it's
that
not.
pee on the floor, if you got a dog that pee on the floor when you hit him, he know not to pee on the goddamn floor no more. I'm gonna hit you. I ain't trying to make it tough. I'm gonna hit you. Don't do that shit no more. That shit stops
No, all
now.
you do is tell them. You can just speak to them and say, "Hey, listen.
You can tell. You can tell.
I don't like the way you rolling your eyes or rolling your lip or whatever. That looks very feminine. You're not feminine."
You can tell a child is
Huh?
stove hot all day long, but they don't believe it till they touch it, and then they know it's hot, hot, mama, hot. You gotta touch it. Gotta burn them.
So you have to hit them
When they roll their eyes, you gotta burn them.
Okay. Rolling their eyes at you or just rolling their eyes?
Is it? Cause after a while you just say pop pop. They know they pop. Stop doing what they do. Let's see. What was you saying?
Did something we weren't supposed to be doing.
Well, it's a different thing. Like okay, now if you did something that be disobedient or you did something not necessarily they did something all the way around wrong, but what I'm saying, like okay, like we saying with a little boy, you trying to make sure that you raising a young man, and to raise a young man, you don't want him walking around here snapping his neck and 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 boop and all that kind of stuff. You know how them folks be doing. I ain't mean to say them folks. You know how. Well, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you don't want to encourage that type of behavior. So you be like, man, and boys are geared toward rough housing. Um, because when you little, you roughhouse with your boys. You don't roughhouse with your daughters so much. Like, did your stepdad roughhouse with you?
No.
Miss Cassandra.
Neither me nor my sister.
Miss Cassandra did your stepdad or father ever roughhouse with you?
No.
See, but now if there was a boy in the house, you know what I'm saying, they wrestled with each other. You know what I'm saying? They went outside, they played, little football and catch and all kind of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's something more difficult than raising a young lady. Now I ain't gonna say difficult. It's just that we don't know about what you can and can't do with your little girl. But the main thing, and I think Stan said this last week, and I think that this kind of applies to most guys, is when you get your daughter, the one thing you think is how precious she is. You don't want anything to hurt her, and you don't want her. You don't want to look at her in any other kind of light other than being your precious little girl.
Yeah.
So that's why when little boys come sniffing around, you know what I'm saying? Now you call like Bill Cosby said, you become old yeller. You start barking.
You gonna reference Bill Cosby?
Well, okay, not Bill Cosby then. Let's say I would say Will.
Leave Bill alone. But that was a funny ass joke. I remember that joke. Damn that. Leave Bill alone. That was a funny joke. But you remember Mike at the end of that story? Oh, Yellow died.
Yeah, he did.
Right, they shot on Yellow.
They shot on
Yeah.
but he kept everybody away while he was alive. So, or we could be as bad as Mike Lowry and Marcus from Bad Boys 2, which is actually the way that Stan and I had already decided that we was gonna do. We're sitting there, as a matter of fact, like dude come up in there and except I was gonna be Marcus and Stan was gonna be Mike Lowry and come out with the gun and chitty chitty bang bang and all that stuff. We can get to do that, but
we ain't have to do that though, cause my baby knew how to punk her boyfriend from the jump anyway.
But now, if that had happened, okay, if that had happened, Lady T, I'll start with you. If your stepdad had did that to one of your boyfriends, how would you have taken that?
I probably would have like felt embarrassed, like that's gonna embarrass you, and then you're gonna be mad, and and all of that stuff. So
But you later would have learned to appreciate that though, right?
yeah, probably as it got older and look back on it, like you probably like, yeah, that dude wasn't about nothing no way, because by now you know how all of that turned out and how the boy turned out.
Well, not that because see now if you look at it, because Reggie wound up marrying Marcus' daughter in Bad Boy 3.
Yeah, but
So
that don't happen.
I understand that, but what if that wind up being the person that you wind up your the love of your life and
well, then that probably could be something you could just look back on and laugh. Dad, you remember when you couldn't stand so and so when you first met him.
well also
But he ended up growing on you. So y'all,
but I'm gonna get to that in just 1 second. I got to first ask Miss Cassandra. Miss Cassandra, what if your stepdad did that to one of your boyfriends, how would you have reacted?
Well, that example was a little bit extreme. I don't even have sons, but if one of his girlfriend's dads
Says
did that, it'd have been a
says
whole different situation.
says who?
What?
Why do you think it was extreme?
Because you don't pull no gun out on no kid. That's extreme. You should be able to intimidate them, which is what you're trying to do, or threaten them without the use of a gun. Like, no, that is not cool. So that's what I'm saying. Their example was a little bit extreme.
Okay.
So,
Cassandra, I am 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. Ain't nothing intimidating about me but my gun.
well, you better not pull out at my son. If that was my son coming over there and they said her daddy pulled a gun out, I'm gonna be like, say what now? Oh, we finna come up on some charges.
What charges? I ain't pointed at him. I just showed him I had it.
Whatever. Why do you have to do that? That's a whole
cleaning it.
male thing.
I was just
That's a
cleaning
whole
it.
male thing. No, you weren't.
I was cleaning it while he was coming to pick her up.
Yeah.
I just
What a
He
coincidence.
had no bullets in it. The clip wasn't in it. I was just cleaning it off.
If you remember,
What a coincidence! You cleaning it when he come to pick him up.
when Jamie Foxx went to pick up Diamond, her daddy took him outside
Wow.
and showed him that he knew how to shoot. He never pointed the gun at him or nothing. But his exact words was,
Okay, tell me something.
uh-huh.
What was his exact words? Finish your thought.
Okay. His exact words was, I love my daughter very much. Bam, 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 bam. All bullseyes. And if she was to be hurt, I would be hurt. Bam, 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 bam. All bullseyes. So please don't hurt my daughter. Now, where was the threatening part in that?
You're gonna shoot me if I hurt your daughter.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but that's what he did.
But listen, just like on Bad Boys, do you think that really works? Did Reggie not have sex with his daughter? Yes, Reggie got the draws. Okay, Reggie got a baby, and then they got married. So that didn't work.
In a court of law, you would not convict me on that because you speculated. I was outside talking.
That does not work. Listen, that does not work. Did it work? No.
Yeah, it did.
It does not work. What?
Yes, it did. Jamie Foxx was
It
real.
didn't work with Reggie because he got Megan pregnant.
Not that night though.
It wasn't immaculate conception. I'm sure he had sex. They
It
started
wasn't
that
that
night,
night. It wasn't
and
that
they
night.
kept having sex,
She had
and
that
then they
baby
got
after the
pregnant.
fact. She had that baby
Okay.
after the fact. It wasn't that night.
I understand that, but I'm saying they started that night. Don't even try. That don't bother them. You think that would it scare you if somebody did that to you when you came to pick up their daughter?
It did me.
If you do it
When
right,
it happened to me, it did. Scared the shit out of me.
yeah. If you do it right, yeah. I don't think they did. I don't think Reggie did nothing that night. Because, like he said, ain't gonna be none of that tonight. And he about had
the point is to keep him from doing it. Period, not just one night. Period.
No,
Just
the thing about
not
it is,
tonight.
I know it's not gonna
So
stop.
you gotta do that every time he come over there.
But no, because saying it's the thing. It's not about stopping, because you're not gonna be able to stop nothing. But what I need you to do is at least slow down and think about it. That you know what? If something go bad with this girl and she tell her daddy is almost fool enough to come looking for my ass. That's all I need. I just need you to have that thought in your head. I just need you to have that thought.
That is absolutely
I don't think
true.
that works. I don't think these children care about
Are you
it.
saying that if someone had
believe that you want to?
you saying that if your stepdad did that to a guy and if he was smooth enough, you still would have gotten with him regardless?
Say that again.
If your stepdad had did that to a guy and he was like, man, same thing talking about, and once he gets you out, and he might be having the smoothest conversation in the world and everything, and he be like, look, he ain't gonna never find out what we doing here. You gonna get into that temptation? Or you gonna think about what your dad said to him and also what he would do to you?
Mike, I
don't know how to answer that.
I'm gonna flip it on you. I'm gonna flip it on you. I had something like that happen to me. Not the whole gun, but we had the whole speech.
Yeah.
I need to talk these speech. And the fact that I sat through that speech got me some that night because the girl was more with it than I was. And she just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna punk out in front of her daddy. So I mean, I have had it happen like that.
Exactly. It can go either way. Them kids don't be studying there. They be just like, okay, and then they go on and do what they gonna do. So if the girl is not with it to begin with and she doesn't want to, she's not gonna do it.
You're gonna turn it down.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It ain't, but the boy ain't gonna hesitate to still try. I don't believe. That's what I'm saying.
But see,
He's gonna sit there and listen. He might
But
be
he
a little nervous, like wondering if it's gonna go off since you just happen to be cleaning your gun. But he know what you're trying to do.
but
And
see
he
the thing
might think
about
about
it
it for a split second, but then he gonna try to do what he's gonna try to do. And I
he
ain't
gonna
even
try,
know. I mean,
but then
yeah.
if baby girl say no or put up any kind of resistance, he know if she come tell it, it's a wrap.
I mean, yeah. Hopefully he'll stop when she say no. That's something totally
Yeah,
different though.
you would hope. And that's when you think about that conversation. If more dads had them conversations with them little boys, no might really mean no. 'Cause they know that
But
no
I
come with
think it's up to the dad to talk to their daughter and tell their daughter from a man's perspective,
they do.
what a little
So
boy
it's
want, what a little boy thinking, and all of that. So yeah, that's who they should. You know what I'm saying? Just like
oh
you
no,
said, you hope you talk
we had to
Sydney
make
enough
that
that
choice.
you can trust her to make a good decision when she's by
Yeah.
herself and faced with the situation. So
What
that's
kind
what
of
you need to be doing.
what kind of
She can go left, and I need to be in the little boy head just like I'm in her head.
That boy ain't gonna be studying you.
That's all right. He can stud them hot nickels.
what kind of conversation? What kind of conversation? Because see, I know, like my dad made me go and meet the girl's mother, talk to her, and all that stuff. And then he had to meet her, but to be honest with you, my dad was a player, so he just wanted to see what the mom looked like, so he can see whether or not he went house. But
Wow.
um, but what kind of conversations? And this goes out to the ladies. What kind of conversations do y'all mothers give y'all when y'all going out on y'all date?
Tasha, you go ahead. I'm about to go in the store.
That was how I was locked down tight as a teenager. So I got ready to start dating or looking for a husband or whatever, just be careful, about men and all men aren't out, are only out for one thing, and that that conversation.
Miss Cassandra, what do you think? What did your mother tell you?
Ain't nothing open after 12 but some legs.
I know because generally the one thing that a lot of mothers say that I've heard is I ain't raising no more babies, and they actually tell that to both the little boys and the girls. They're like, I ain't raising no babies, but you bring one here, both y'all gonna have to go find y'all somewhere to stay. So,
Right.
so is it that that we should not be giving our daughters these in-depth conversations about dating, or is it up to the father to give the little boy the conversation and the daughter the conversation?
In a perfect world, everybody talk to everybody.
Yeah.
But generally, Miss Cassandra, what did your mother ever tell you about dating?
About what?
About dating, like when you getting ready to go out on your them little high school dances and everything. Oh, what did your mother tell you?
Hold on. I'm checking out.
They had them down there in Moody Swamp. They
She went.
had dances down there. I just thought everybody met up at the swamp.
She
Lit
went.
a bonfire, howled at the moon.
She well they had barn dances. Um, because she went to county high.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
So they did have some civilization. No.
Oh, okay. We ain't really associate with them people on the other side of the river.
Yeah, they were kind of uppity.
Yeah.
Glad she didn't hear that.
I mean, I like kind of high and everything. I'm just saying. It's all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I have to be like that because I was a high flying cowboy, and that was out more than enemy. Country high.
I noticed what the parents said to them girls that went to Central. All them girls from the project.
Yes, he said, "Don't bring another baby over here."
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. Yeah, I heard them fools, Tasha.
Why? Whatever do you mean?
Yeah, whatever do you mean? First of all, I'm not from Moody Swamp. Thank you very much.
I corrected him. I
I
said,
did go to county high.
Just because you went to county high don't mean you was from Norfolk. We know how it go.
No, I did live in the country, but I did not live in Moody Swamp. Thank you very much.
Close enough.
Dang.
I corrected him.
Just like Mike went to Central, he lived down there in the dust with me.
What was your question, Mike?
What did your mother
Why
say?
y'all being rude and disrespectful about my alma mater, the best school in Tuscaloosa County?
And I'm glad you said it like that in the county. Glad you said it like that.
I didn't say nothing.
Wasn't but one county school back then.
It was two.
Oh yeah, you got to count Holt on it.
Yeah, well, it's three then. It was Hillcrest, Hope, and County High.
Hillcrest wasn't the subdivision of Tuscaloosa. Hillcrest was the bougie subdivision of Moundville.
No, y'all was in Tuscaloosa County.
I mean, I know, but barely.
Yeah, well, y'all was on this side of the line. But anyway, and by the way, I did take County High. I think y'all was in a civilization. Y'all was kind of bougie. Because y'all was. I thought that was better to hear about. Mr. Sanders. Oh, okay, we lost him.
I bet you can't say that now, though. They ain't about no civilization now all the way up 43.
You ain't lying. They got a class up in there called Shoot Your Hood.
Right.
And Wagon Dragon. Wagon Driving.
Can't deal with them folks.
She gonna be mad. Ooh. We did. Let me try to. So I was basically saying that what mothers would say to their daughters when they get in the form. And and see, it goes to say that automatically that the little boys are the and that's not always the case because if the girls are okay, well.
What she say?
That's the whole point of I ain't raising no.
Yeah, that statement right there pretty much sums it up for everybody.
Oh, don't be acting bad.
I mean, you know, because I'm pretty sure somebody mama told their daughter that, and I know my mama told me that.
Well, of course, you know what I'm saying? The little boys get told about mothers and my father. Be like respectful to her. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know about some generations now. But yeah, you got some most times be your uncle. Most times it be your uncle because the mother don't usually hey, you got to dress up with mama ain't this. But you're right. But if they are together, generally, let me tell you how to change the oil in the car. Like yes, sir. Body. All right, but okay. And Sam, you said about this also. You got a young man, he getting ready to go out. Let's say he's 17 years old. He got a car because he's been working. And he got a little girl. So tell him, hey, I don't want you to have no children. And I know how you are at 17 years of age. Your hormones all over. So we go buy them a box of condoms and say, don't get caught. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because most women find that to be a bad thing, like you giving them permission to go out there and have sex.
I don't see it that way because I mean sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen when you go out on a date. You would like to think that your kids are gonna do the right thing and they're going to abstain until they're old enough to handle the consequences of sex. But that's not the reality of life. So I understand why the father get a boy the box of condoms. Well, just in case things go down, you know.
Benji, what you think?
I mean, I think that goes along the same lines of the mamas taking the daughters to get on birth control.
Yeah.
I think it is always what is the old saying? Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Right.
So I mean, I get it because it's the world we live in. But you hope to have that conversation that they understand the emotional responsibilities of sex and not just the physical responsibilities or the medical aspect of it. You know, as far as diseases or whatever, there's an emotional component to it too that they might not be mentally ready for. So, but you hope that all of that sinks in and all of that gets through. But then at the same time, I know I was stupid like y'all was stupid. So let me go on and get you prepared too.
And I get what you're saying with that. I want to say is that a lot of times, mothers, some mothers take their daughters out, almost like a punishment type thing. Like you out there with your little fast stuff, you ain't bringing no baby home here, and they want birth control pills. And the young lady on birth control pills. But most of the time, a father, especially when he handed them a box of condoms, they really cool. I think I know I heard it. I think Stan probably you have heard it. Like man, trying and get something started. You always need to be prepared, and they give you a box of condoms, but they always have a home. And of course, with birth control pills, you gotta take So is it the same thing? Is it the same reference as when they take a daughter to get birth control pills?
I think the intent is just the same. I think I just think it's just the medical part of it. Because I'm pretty sure if they came out with a pill for boys, I'm pretty sure you have some people signing up for it.
I honestly think you're quite right. If there was a that said that this right here was a guy from getting somebody pregnant, probably from 15, probably from 13 until, you know what I'm saying, on until you probably gonna have taken that, even if they're adult, taking that same.
But you know what though, Mike? I'm gonna say this: the perfect condom conversation came between Trey and his daddy and Boys in the Hood. Because Trey dad Furious wasn't worried about him getting the girl pregnant. Cause what he said, boy, I don't care if she on the pill or not. You get that condom because the pill ain't gonna stop your junk from falling off.
That's right.
So, you know, pill or not, you're taught to use the condom anyway, if the girl was on the pill or not. So that was just the bag up of the bag up. The condom was just, okay, we need to make sure that if you mess with little Susie, and even if Susie say you the only little boy she done been with, you don't take little Susie her word for it. So you put this here on in case Susie got something that can't get rid of.
Well, you know what I'm saying? And we know that now, but how many human beings do what they call rolling the dice?
Do what?
They do what they call rolling the dice, which is, I don't got nothing on me right now, but I'm rolling the dice and she look like she clean. That's how you get a whole lot of accidental pregnancies about it.
True. My pull-out game ain't shit.
You gotta know your stroke count.
I used to when I was young.
Now you got tired of counting.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like,
back when I was 20 something, I might not have got to 20.
So, you know, but that's just one thing. And I do feel like it's that if you, I don't know if I call it assault or not. I think that it's an equation to make sure that the young men know that you're not playing about your little girl. And generally, I think their fathers are like that when they, because you'll send your son out there and you give him a boss gun and say, don't get caught, boy. And that's about it. And you don't actually have that conversation because there are some guys that have that mindset. They think like, well, her daddy should have had that conversation with her, or her mother should have had that conversation with her. So it really truly.
But like I said, in a perfect world, it's everybody, because I think that boys and girls should have the sex talk with both parents so that they could get both perspectives. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a little boy should only talk to his daddy. I think a little boy should talk to his dad and his mama. I think a little girl should talk to her dad and her mama. Like, I think that's how you close some of the awkwardness about it.
I agree with you, Stan, and I think that if we were able to do that, but it's a lot of times now that both mother and father they can't talk about nothing, let alone sitting you down to talk to you about sex.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And definitely if they talking to you about sex, it's gonna be like, okay, well, you get them first. And if he has any more questions, send them to me.
We going in there together like WWE Tag Team Champ. Because I mean, it's questions that you know that a boy and I know it's gonna be uncomfortable, but I mean, I'm saying like it was shit. It was shit I learned way after the fact. But I just hit my kids by the time they turned 13, 14. I was like, hey, look, all right, you tell me what you know, and then I try to fill in the blank.
But
But
then
now, the funny part about that is I
hit you
didn't have
with
to fill in that many blanks.
out.
Huh?
What if they hit you with something that you don't know about?
That we had to research that thing together.
Yeah, this is a
Hey,
whole
Fred, I'm gonna tell you this. Have you ever heard? And just for awareness for everybody, this is, a graphic, or a what's it, NSFW? Oh, have you ever heard of an Alabama Hot Pocket?
I have not heard of Alabama Hot Pocket.
I had two teenagers explain to me what an Alabama Hot Pocket was when I was 30 years old. My mouth just got off the ground a few weeks ago. We can't talk about it on the air, but I'm gonna tell you to Google it. Alabama Hot Pocket.
okay. Okay.
But now you got to look that up in it might be the slang or the urban. But yeah, they got me with that.
But that just goes to let you know, because if our parents had been trying to sit down and talk to us about some stuff,
Oh, I'd have threw up.
well, yeah.
Hey, but
Because
you remember, dude,
as a kid, you'd be like, what you know about
it's different.
stuff like that? Ugh. And you know what I'm saying? Mom and daddy might be a fool. You don't want to know that.
But now you got to think about it, Mike. We grew up in the more you know generation. And
Yeah.
Shit on TV. Be sure to talk to your sons and daughters about condoms and like what the fuck. And my dumb ass stepbrother don't ask his daddy one night, well, daddy, what's a condom and how you put it on? Oh, nigga, I'm telling you, I had tears rolling down my eyes. I was laughing so hard at the stuttering that was going on in this conversation. Oh, sir, I'm telling you, it was black people. Huh?
Who was stuttering the most?
Larry. Carrie got Larry. So I'm talking about, I remember it was like a Whoopi Goldberg commercial talking about condoms. And Carrie tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Stay and watch this." Oh, I tell you, he said, Dad. He said, I just heard that commercial. What's a condom? I said, see, and I am dead. I am dead because at this point I'm like the 10th grade. We done went through sex education right before we did driver's ed. You had sex ed 1 year, health, and one semester, and driver's ed the next semester. I was killing myself laughing. But that was that stereotypical black man trying to have a sex conversation with his spouse was dead. He gonna look at me telling me, so you need anything? Nah, sir, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Well, go in there and go back there in the room and get me one of them. What? And go in there and go to the refrigerator and get me a cucumber so I can show you how to put it on. They go, what? Well, first of all, I didn't need to know that you kept condoms in your top drawer. I didn't need to know that. That I didn't need to know. And then the other part about that, in my grown mind now, 30 years later, I'm like, okay, if you and my mama was married, what did you need condoms for? But then again, that's a grown-up question, and I'm not going to have that conversation.
They didn't want to make another stand.
Well, you had to worry about that. I'm a one-on-one.
Hey, you don't know nothing about that. Hey, we just knew somebody who just had a baby at 50.
Oh no, that the time wasn't the killing part about it. I just didn't need to know that. Period. I didn't know your condom was in your upper right hand drawer. Well, they did come in handy a year or so later when I ain't had none, I had the girl over there. I do it. Yo, so shout out to that little heads up. Little golden nugget came in handy a couple years later.
That would be that's an interesting thing. Like if you ever talk to your mom about sex,
Let me do what?
I was asking Lady T, has she ever talked to her mother about sex? I don't think there are a lot of people have that because I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it was no, it was, well, let me hear about you being handy. And that was the thing like that. And you know what I'm saying? I halfway think that was just because the girl said that was love for her booty. But it wasn't no, okay, well, you have urges and this, that, and that. I didn't have that conversation with my father either. Condoms or doing anything yet? And
Right. Here a couple of dollars.
Basically, yeah. So that's I don't know if that conversation. I don't think nobody has ever perfected. Have you perfected it? Are you able to sit down and have a sensible conversation, adult conversation?
Okay, now I'll say this with my boys. I don't know how adult the conversation was. I think overall it was a very productive conversation, but I took the approach of not taking it too seriously.
Okay.
Like, I didn't want it to be one of those, hey y'all, come in here, let me holler at y'all for a minute and let's have a sex talk. Like they was in the matter of fact, it was funny. They was on the game in the chat group talking about some shit and I overheard it. So I just bust in the room and I just said, oh yeah? Oh, for real? So it's like that, huh? And so we just kind of, it was me, T-Mac, Zay, a couple of T-Mac friends that was over there. And we just sat down, we just had a real ass conversation. It was like, and the way I broke it, T-Mac was okay, look, I'm not going to say anything about, anything that we talk about, don't think about your mom. Like, this is going to be all previous. Like, I remember when I was y'all age kind of conversation. Because I knew if I'd have came at it wrong, it would have been that immediate, yeah, I don't want to be thinking about you and my mama doing that. So, you gotta, it was a fun conversation. But, I'm stupid with everything I do. So, but it was productive. We got some, like I said, Alabama Hot Pocket out of it. And I didn't know what the hell that was.
Okay. But now, a little bit more real.
Do what now?
A little bit more real, Sydney.
Okay, now look. The thing about that is, in this whole Me Too movement that has been going on the last couple of years, it kind of made it more difficult because where you can kind of leave off shit or you can have that whole excuse where, baby, it's your brother, it's your brother, it's different for your brother. Like you can't, nah, because then you get all the, well, why is it different for him and not for me? And you kind of don't want to get into the whole well, baby, it's better to have a key that'll unlock a lot of locks versus a lock that'll been unlocked by a lot of keys. I mean, it's kind of hard to go into that little part of it, but you kind of got to.
But so did you already though? Did you have that conversation already?
If you lose him, then we
I
might
think
have
I
lost
think we
him.
might. I think somehow or another his audio done went out. Um, like
Hello.
yeah, we got you now. You back? You back?
Okay, yeah. But now, yeah, we've had that conversation because I had to put my baby up on game because it was kind of hard not to have the conversation because she got two brothers. So that makes it. Now I will say this: the conversation would have went a whole lot different had she been the oldest. The conversation kind of had to be like it was because she's the youngest and her brothers were older and she got to see that stupid shit that they did.
Okay, but now how would you have taken that if she was to tell you that she enjoys sexual?
Let me say that again.
Well, how would you have taken it if she told you that she enjoyed sexual intercourse? You know how you enjoy it. She tell you that she really does. How would you take that?
I'm not enlightened enough to have that conversation yet. As soon as she tell me that, as soon as she be like, "Well, Daddy, you know it's so good," I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, goddamn it! I don't want to fucking know that. I don't want to fucking know that." Now, me and the boys might be able to have that conversation, but nah.
Because I think that and I can see if she having a adult conversation and she was to say, as soon as she gets to the point, she's like, and Dad, you know, I just love doing this. Then immediately, he gonna be throw six and all you saw was her forehead and yell, "Ha!" That's what you gonna see when she say that, and you gonna see baby voice.
But and the thing about it is, Mike,
You can be more bold like that now. They really
but the thing about it is, she is probably more emotionally mature to have the question. I mean, to have that conversation than I am.
I would get that. Like and the reason why I even brought that up because like Lady T say what person would do that and like literally I got no cousin right now that's sitting there talking about their mom. And at 46 years of age, I don't say what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different type of boldness.
But now I will say this, Mike, and I halfway wish Peg was on here. Peg and her mama have them conversations like that. Like they don't give a shit what they say. It amazes the shit out of me. The amount of information they will disclose to each other amazes me.
I couldn't do that.
I mean, wow. Because I can see Peg now. I was on that thing and I was, you know what I'm saying? And I can see Peg doing that. Yeah, cause I think if you did that to your mom would literally faint, and we had to give us ice. Uh, Stan, would you do that to your mom?
Huh?
Would you do that to your mom? Would you like?
Oh no, my mother firmly believes in the power of denial. Mama, I don't know if my mama knew I was having sex until I came home and told her I got somebody pregnant.
Yeah, yeah. That's not,
No. Let me back up. I know exactly when my mama found out. My mama found out I was in the 11th grade. 11th grade. No, I was in the 12th grade, and I stole Larry car and went to go see the little girl that I was talking to. It was on Valentine's. And I went to go see the little girl I was talking to, and I messed around and spent the night at her house and didn't come back till the morning. That's what my mama did.
I would say I don't I don't think that like I said I don't know what you're gonna find out about me. My dad knew about
Oh
me.
yeah, no, my daddy knew. My daddy knew.
Yeah.
He knew it. Yeah, because he knew. Yeah.
Oh, my dad was a contributing
But
factor.
now my mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, say you skate. Like I ain't scared of nothing. Come on over here, then. And that's how you know it's on. So, but yeah, you see more of these young people. They're so expressive with sex and sexuality. Now, that and I don't know if I'm amazed or just shocked or just. But I got probably a little bit of both because, like I said, I wound up walking in on one of my little cousins. Like I just heard something like,
You
and,
like,
huh?
you heard that macaroni in a pot.
Nah, it was man. It was, what I'm saying? He was self gratifying. Put it like that.
Oh, really?
And I opened up the door like, what's going on in here? And what I'm saying? I guess with anybody else, they would have jumped and tried to cover up or something like that. And you're like, and I'm like, okay. And I just kind of walked off, man. But you know,
Okay, now let me ask you this, Mike. Let me ask you this. In a similar scenario, if your dad would have busted in on you, would you have jumped as hard as if your mama would have busted in on you?
yes,
For
I
real?
cover up and everything, and well, what's up? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I don't know if I would freak.
want to know
I
you
don't know if I would freak as much out. I don't know if I'd freak out as much. Like if my mama bust in, oh yeah, I'm trying to get like Spider-Man on the fucking ceiling. You can't see me, motherfucker. But like my dad, I might just kind of throw the blanket around, like, bro, hey, what you doing? I'm like, hey, quit playing. You know what the fuck I'm doing. But
so I don't know.
I'll give you, and this is this is how I will say this. I'm pretty sure this is dysfunctional, but I'm gonna look at maybe a few years ago. I'm in South Carolina at this point, and my aunt has a Ring doorbell, so she can see anything coming in around in front of the house or whatever. So her and my mom had this conversation, and she tells my mom that occasionally I would leave out at 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And my mom calls me. We had this conversation, and immediately what my mom goes to is, Stan, I hope you being careful. I hope you ain't in another illegal. Like that's how non-sexual me and my mom relationship is. Mike, I'm 40 something years old at this point. I ain't not doing no illegal shit. Like I've never done illegal shit. Why would that be my mother's go-to? Because she didn't want to go to the obvious. Because for real, Mom, what do you think I'm doing leaving out at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning? Like, really, Mom? Like, really?
Yeah, because what hey, nothing don't put up is pretty much
Let me do what?
So either you were going to Denny's.
But like I said, that just shows you how much in the power of the denial had my mama. Because she wasn't going to go there. She's going to go somewhere illegal. Like, Mike, you know me. I ain't no goddamn criminal. I ain't no fucking banger. I ain't no dope dealer. Like, I don't do no. I work with fucking Head Start. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be out there doing no illegal shit. But that's what my mama went to. That's the first thing she went to, because she did not want to say, look, Stan, if you out there like that, she didn't want to have that conversation. She didn't want to have that conversation.
Wow.
Denial. You have to love it.
It is. But that also goes back to that generational thing that we've been talking about all the time, and that is like our parents looked at us, and we look at our kids, how our kids gonna look at their kids. Like you said, when you talk about our parents trying to talk to us about sex, two-thirds of us on the panel tonight were unable to, they never had those conversations with our parents. And like I said, my pop, anybody they know that it was like, I ain't like you're a parent, you should know what's up. Like it was inbred in me, like I knew what the deal was. And it was kind of like I was around it. I guess like Richard Pryor was. Richard Pryor in a problem. I wasn't in no problem. Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? I like this. But you got my sister too. And he was kind of shielded from that stuff, which is I know my dad loved me, but how he treated my sister, it was between the two of us. It was like, why you do that for? You gonna do it for me? We start off trying to bring it back in circle. It goes back to how I was like, well, why would you do her like that, but you won't do me like that? So I feel like that your father feel like this toward their little girl. I didn't think, yeah, and they give them a little bit more leeway too. And my sister get into a full cussing battle, calling each other MFers, some bitches, all kind of stuff. And then the next day, he apologizing. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to. I'm saying she called you some of that stuff too, and she ain't apologizing. And you know what I'm saying? They wind up hugging each other. I'm like, are you serious? No, cause and then and exactly. I wouldn't have got the first MF out. And secondly, I know that when I come myself, I got into it because he wanted me. My dad owned a building in Dallas, and he wanted me to come over there and cut that for free. And I was running a lawn care service at the time, me and my cousin James. And he wanted me to come over there and cut his yard. And I said, no, I can't do that because I got a partner, and so he got to make more. I wasn't even involved with that. So, like I said, and my sister, she'll say that because I'm the I agree, but she'll say that my mama treat me so better than her. I don't know, again, I just agree with that. But I see from all the things, I sat back and studied this thing for a while. I'm just gonna be honest with you, and it just seems like that is most time you wrapped around the finger of the little girl. Because even if that joker is 13, 14 years old and she doing her own thing, if she walk up to you and not say dad, but say daddy and give you a hug, you're gonna be like, okay, what you want? Here, take the card.
I'm butter. I'm butter. Let's see them tell me this shit. I'm like hot Crisco. I'm the melted.
It's true. I just think it is.
Right. Exactly. Like hot Crisco. I'm seeping. Putting up no kind of shield, defense, no deflection to see right through me. I'm melted. Gone. Out of there.
If you gonna work overtime in there, like, you know what you asking for.
Right. 9 times out of 10, I didn't say yeah before she told me how much it cost. Then I got to go get blood or some shit or sell some ass to try to make sure I get it for her.
So
They just think I got a different job, Mike. I just sell ass on the side. How you think I covered half that shit for prom? I work for Head Start. I don't make no money. Family Dollar ain't covering shit. Me and Buckner started up that business. I got it on this side of the state line. He got it on that side of the state line. We rub down old ladies for money.
okay, that's right. That's right. That's why he like that shade of gray.
Yeah. I been putting in work with them old cougars. Old Bessie made them. Old Miss Lula.
Oh man, he's so stupid.
And they take their teeth out for him.
Right. Old Miss Bernice off the chain. Paid up city insurance for 6 months.
I hate that Bugs not on tonight. I hate that. I really wanted. I would wish Bugs had been on. Also, he got girl. He actually got that boy. My son has his daughter. Yeah.
Hey, now, okay, Mike, while we talking about girls and women, Tasha has 2 nieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if this resonates with her. Women or mothers get along with their daughters extremely well until they get out of that dress up stage. When the little girls start smelling themselves, the girls and the mamas start looking like 2 beta fishes in a bowl. Agree or disagree?
Yes. But you know what? On that same, a lot of times, boys are like that too.
Oedipus complex.
Say that again.
It's the Oedipus complex.
I agree. That's when they say your instant drop.
Yep.
You
Start
know,
smelling yourself.
huh?
Start smelling yourself.
Absolutely. I'm guilty of it. My dad taught me out of me to show me that you know what I'm saying, I'm not the line to take over yet. They do it in the wild all the time. And line as an example because the young line, he's sitting there biding his time when he feel like he done got big and strong enough. Take on the father of pride. And if he wins, out of the pride, and he then becomes king of the pride. So you know, so that's that's what they do in the wild.
It is funny because when you think about that and you think about the movie Lion King, they had Mufasa all wise and benevolent, but in like real life, Simba really would have had to take his ass out if Scar didn't do it to become leader of the pride.
That's true. But to make it, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that in a second. But to make that movie work and make you feel it like they did. They had to kill Mufasa. They had to have a villain like Scar to kill Mufasa, and then Simba had to come back and beat Scar as a triumphant England. So that's how it worked because
What Shakespeare play is off? That's not a Shakespeare play. The Lion King basically is based off, and I can't figure what it is. Is it Macbeth?
I think it's Macbeth.
Or one of them?
I think it's Macbeth. But Lady, what were you saying? You gonna kill him? Mm-hmm. That's right. But he got to beat the king of the pride to take over.
Wait a minute, what's she say now?
But I mean, it's a thing. I think that the kids are little anyway. That's even they have their sons and they dress their sons up and buying them little J's and stuff like that. Some of them put little studs in their ear already. Little mustache. Oh, you gonna look just like me. You gonna be my lieutenant mate. And that 12 years old, and he don't want to dress like you no more. Other people start doing, you don't necessarily be. I won't tote them around like that no more. Like before that, little girl. Oh, this is my little girl. This is she got getting the hair did the same way. Y'all wearing matching outfits and all this kind of stuff. Or you dress up like a baby doll. When you get too old for that stuff right there. And then if you get one of them old ratchet mama, daughter, because her daughter mess around and wind up being cuter than she is. And I've seen that too.
Mike, I'm gonna get you get around. We gonna have to get you around a better class of people.
I just seen a lot of folks. That's all it is. I've seen a lot of folks.
Need you to start watching that daytime TV. That's what gets off.
I watch the soaps or something. I don't watch no soap.
No, I mean like like way back in the day. That's when Maury came on. It was like lunchtime noon, like Maury and Jerry Springer and this shit. Bro, I used to get my class schedule around watching them two shows. I'd be done with my morning classes by 11, and I wouldn't start my afternoon class after 1, so I could watch Maury and Jerry Springer.
I don't watch either one of them. I got tired of Maury. I got tired of folks saying you are not the father. Then the woman go running off backstage, falling down the steps, and I realized how stupid. Yeah, I realized how stupid that was when Madea did it. she found that Brown went forward,
Right.
she do that all the time. And after that, I was no longer a boy. So I spent so much. So I don't watch this. I don't watch that stuff.
But now I will say this. I think that is that's the cuteness of babies, though, bruh. Like that's just babies being cute. Like it don't matter what you do to a baby, how you dress them, and that's just a lot of just that's that parent. That's that because me and Zay had plenty of matching outfits, like all day, every day. But then I couldn't. I mean, I did, bro. Like I know it back in the day. I was dropping a bag, so me and Zay could look like on 4th of July. We had the same T-shirts, shorts, Nikes, the Nike socks to go with it. Like I had every like, but yeah, I can't say nothing, bro. I swear for Lord, it been me. I know it have, and then it's been times where, even with me and Sydney, like we have had kind of, I ain't gonna say matching, but they were kind of coordinating outfits. Like I mean, but that's just, I don't know. It's that I've done it, so I can't throw no stones at that house.
That's what I'm saying. As long as they're your mini me, and they look big, like okay, yeah, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? You buy them all this stuff, but then
Oh no, now I went now. Okay, yeah, that was the rest of my point I was trying to make. I appreciate it. I knew I got. See, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. My mind's going bad. My other part of that was to agree with your point with that. Like as Zay got bigger, his style was different than mine.
mm-hmm.
So I kind of had to adapt to okay, well he don't like the kind of stuff I like you know what I'm saying. Even with T Mac, because when we was in high school, we was trying to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? When they was in high school, they were trying to be comfortable. So where we'd get up, like July, trying to buy these nice little school clothes or whatever, and T Mac spent his whole 11th and 12th grade year, all he wore was sweatpants and Nike slides to school. So I mean, yeah. So that'd be a rude awakening to be like that. And especially as a dad.
I'll get on that at another time because I'm saying to me that's just I'm not gonna take it. I'm not necessarily I'm not trying myself, but when we were little, especially when you got to be older, I'm like I was about 20 years old and those stuff 9 years old, and then you got so you that type of thing, and these kids don't necessarily have that same type of thing going on for them. They don't have to find their clothes. There's exactly the word I'm looking for. They come home and something a hot pocket or what else? What else do you do?
Man, them Tostitos pizza rolls is off the chain. So I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's anything that they can go in the way they will do it. And you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all these kids. You don't have the time that coming up. I had me and my talking about this with my grandfather. My grandfather used to get actual manual labor out of he was teaching us stuff. He had us chopping wood for the whole entire winter. If we weren't chopping wood, we would do or hey, I need to come over here and learn how to peel this ground these acres full of garbage.
I mean, no, Mike. I learned how to do that stuff too. I think part of it is just the times that we're in have changed so much to where we have lost some of our extended families. We've become more nuclear families. We've become more self-sufficient, self-contained units. You don't get down to grandmama and granddaddy house like you used to because we too busy going to work.
Absolutely, I get that. But see, that's the part that I'm get a chance to learn that other stuff. Like, there are so many. Oh, exactly. You don't get a chance to learn. Like when I used to go to the kitchen with my grandma and learn how to make food and everything. That's how I know that I learned how. I knew I love how to grill because I was out there with my grandparents and
Okay, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you. I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you.
Mm-hmm.
Why I gotta go down grandmama's house? I can learn it on YouTube. It's a video for that. I can learn it on YouTube. I can look that up on YouTube.
Everybody doing now, they're going
I can
to
be in
YouTube.
New York City.
But
But that's what
YouTube
I'm saying. I can
put that.
No, wait. I get that. You're talking about the family element, and I get that. But the fact that, okay, back in the day, for real, who you was gonna compare grandma recipe to? You know what I'm saying? And as you got older, what you've done is tweak grandma recipe to how you liked it. But there was no comparing. Like you talking about me living in South Carolina, I can Google 10 best barbecue recipes in Alabama, and I can get somebody to show me how to make it. Now it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's just the access to information is different. But now, no, it ain't gonna taste like grandmama's. Cause now my mama's macaroni and cheese, I ain't quite figured that out just quite yet. And I've been studying that shit for 20 years. So I will agree that there is some value in grandmama and mama showing you how to do something all day, every day. Because it's something about them off measuring cups that they use. They done got halfway melted down because they done sat them too close to the stove for 20 years. So a 1/4 ain't really 1/4.
They ain't measuring that. Them jokers ain't measuring that. Them jokers would like to hear. Huh?
But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's stuff like that, like you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. It's a little different now. But it's the family element, and I agree with that.
But it's also the time that you put in with them. You know what I'm saying? The time with my grandpa, those times in my life. I remember the times even with my pop. Outside of the devil we was in, but you know the fun times we had with my pops. So you can't miss out on that stuff now because I got to go to work. And you're working out like going here in Alabama. A lot of people work 4 days at the week or 5 days at the week. But days at the week. You're supposed to be working 8 hours, but it tends to 12 hours. So that's the other thing you said. And so the kids are pretty much with other kids. They learning everything. They learn anything from the schools. Very little. So.
And I'll tell you this, Mike, I really do have a very unique perspective on that. Because once I was about to graduate college, I could have went one way and did my internships and did all of that where I could probably be doing more than what I'm doing now. But in that moment, I basically had 3 small kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I outweighed that, okay, you know what? I can take this Head Start job. I can be at work by 8 o'clock so I can drop the kids off at school. I'm off by 3:30, so by the time they get off the bus, I'm at home. I made that sacrifice to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will say this. Sometimes I think about the money I left on the table. I'm not gonna lie. But now I will say this, like you were saying, I do have those memories. Like I got pictures, and this is, where we could put everything on Facebook. I got pictures of me and Sydney cooking eggs, for breakfast. I got pictures of me and T Mac making cooking okra. I got pictures of us painting mailboxes and doing stuff like that. So we have those memories, but you got to know you giving up some money for that, and that chasing that dollar is a hard thing to give up.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree. And that goes back to what you were saying a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about living off one income, living off one income, and especially with all the stuff that everybody wants. Right now, like, you doing something, you be like, dang, I want that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a car, if it's a kitchen utensil, it's furniture or anything. They entice you on a yearly basis. Right now, they advertising the new Samsung 22 that I want. I'm gonna give it to you. But hey, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get the Samsung 22, 23 gonna be out, and guess what? It's gonna do something that the 22 don't do, and you'll be like, dang, I probably should have waited. It happens. Now, y'all heard my little clock, which is once again,
But now, Mike, I will say on that note that's why I have budgeted my money, and I am on my fourth easy payment that I need to make in order to lock down the PlayStation 5. Because that is a purchase. That's not just a purchase. That is an investment, and I had to make a way to get that done, and it shall be here shortly.
you can have that, man.
But I'm not getting that another one. I said they're gonna be the last one I get though.
I was gonna say I had a problem with that because PlayStation 4 ain't been out. I won't say 5 years.
No, yes, I have, Mike. PlayStation 4 been out a minute.
When
PlayStation
it came
4 been out a minute. The 4 has been, Mike. I know it's been close to 10 years.
It ain't been no 10 years.
Yeah, Mike.
No, that's a 3. It ain't been out no 10 years. Because I'm gonna tell you like this.
It's been it might not be exactly, but it's close.
My vision ain't been gone 10 years, and it came out before my vision. Around about 15 when it came out. But yeah.
I give you 13, 14. I give you that. Okay, I give you that. But now, like I said, this is gonna be the last one I do.